What is Insulate Britain and why is it blocking roads in UK? The group's first demand is that the UK government makes a promise to completely fund and take responsibility for insulating all social housing in Britain by 2025. Insulate Britain, an environment campaigning group demanding installation of all social housing in Britain to cut carbon emission, blocked two busy roads in London on Wednesday. 55 members of the group were arrested for blocking M25 and A40 in London. According to Insulate Britain's website, the group is made up of ordinary British citizens who are only demanding that the government insulate Britain. The UK government must immediately promise to fully fund and take responsibility for the insulation of all social housing in Britain. We demand a national home insulation strategy that gives British people the justice they deserve, a future for our loved ones, lower energy bills, and safer living conditions. The climate crisis is a threat to all. We demand the government to act now, says the group website. The group has been blocking roads since September 13 this year. On October 14, the group, while deciding to pause roadblocks for 10 days, had written a letter to UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson asking him to get on with the job of insulating homes. Calling the situation a dire reality, the group in the letter to the PM said they wouldn't have taken such steps under normal circumstances. The group further added that the world was facing economic chaos and the breakdown of law and order in a matter of years. What are the major demands of Insulate Britain? The group's first demand is that UK government make a promise to completely fund and take responsibility for insulating all social housing in Britain by 2025. Secondly, the group asks the UK government to promise to draw within 4 months a legally binding plan to fund and take responsibility for a full low energy and low carbon whole house retrofit with no externalized costs of all homes in Britain by 2030 as part of a just transition to full decarbonization of all parts of society and the economy. How will insulating homes help Britain in reducing carbon emission? According to a research published by the Institute for Government Domestic Heating accounts for around 14% of UK emissions and decarbonizing the way homes are heated, meaning more efficient homes and the electrification of most heating systems will cost an estimated 200 billion over the next 30 years. Insulating homes can resist heat flow and resist heating cost. As per a paper by North American Insulation Manufacturers Association, one of the easiest and most effective energy efficient technologies available today is insulation. Overall, benefits from insulation are numerous, including thermal performance, personal comfort, sound control, condensation control, fire protection, and personal protection. The thermal insulating properties of insulation material provide important energy and environmental benefits. What have been UK's promise that Insulate Britain wants Boris Johnson to keep? The UK signed the Paris Agreement, which was a treaty adopted by 196 countries in COP21 in 2015. The goal was to reduce global warming by below 1.5 degrees Celsius, and to achieve this, the countries promised to reach global peaking of greenhouse gas emission to create a climate neutral world by mid century. In April this year, the UK government promised to reduce carbon emission by 78% by 2035 as part of the country's sixth carbon budget. UK's Climate Change Committee, formed under Climate Change Act 2008 and advises the UK on climate change policies, directed the government to take the step. The UK government has to set carbon budgets every year under the Climate Change Act 2008, and while they are legally binding, they are supposed to lay a path towards net zero emissions target by 2050. The group states that the UK has 229 million homes which are old and not energy efficient, and hence every year a huge amount of energy is wasted in heating and cooling these homes. The UK needs a nationwide program to upgrade almost every house. The Institution of Engineering and Technology 2018 report Scaling of Retrofit 2050 advises that nearly every home in the UK needs to be upgraded with energy efficiency measures. That is 1.5 homes per minute to the year 2050. Currently, the UK government does not have a robust long term national strategy with a funding mechanism in place to retrofit our homes, says Insulate Britain. Thank you.